Here's the result for the guy you filled out the survey for. He gets a C+. plus. This guy is rather so-so. Not too good, not too bad. Welcome to the Strong Brew, where you get answers to questions you're not supposed to ask. These are some things you may want to know about the man in your life. If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure? Will he try and use money to control you? Will he share housework or just make you do it all? In fights, when he gets angry, does he get aggressive? During intimacy, does he understand that no means no? Is he jealous, suspicious, or possessive? Will his attitude towards you change after having kids? Will he treat your parents with respect? What if you have conflicts with his parents? We tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. These are things nobody else will tell you. Things that are important for your future. This is a safe space for truth. No judgment, no platitudes, no login, no payment either. Our questions are from real life, but our answers come from science. Now, I built this thing, me and my husband, and honestly, we built it and we live it. We are both Stanford grads, we both have worked at Google, and we've been happily together since 1998. Along the way, we've added a son, now 13, and 4 dogs. We are genuine folks. If you're a woman trying to understand any man in your life, here is how it works. Go to www.thestrongbrew.life. Click on the Understand a Guy button there. Answer 10 questions about him. Watch a video tailored to your guy. That's all there is to it. It is completely anonymous, no login, no payment, no games, no manipulation. This analysis is obtained by combining solid trait psychology with cutting edge AI ML. We represent each person's personality with what is known as a feature vector. This has 10 elements, so our data is effectively 10-dimensional data. In case you're wondering how we can infer so much from just 10 questions, well, 10-dimensional data is very complex. There is a lot you can learn from that level of detail.
Okay, I think that does it for the preamble. Now let's plunge in. Let's start with this guy in his career. Will he go far or just talk big?
He is much more likely to go far in his career rather than just talk big. He isn't someone who just makes empty promises. He means business and works hard every single day. His strong sense of discipline and clear planning helps him turn dreams into reality.
Can he bounce back from failure?
When things go wrong at work, he's likely to bounce back rather than break down. He doesn't easily lose his temper or get overwhelmed by problems. He might not share his worries with you or ask for help, but he won't give up or act out.
What do people at work think of him? Do they like him?
People at work probably respect him for his hard work and intelligence, but they may not really like him or feel close to him. He's not very friendly or thoughtful with others, and sometimes he can come across as a bit rude or blunt. So, while he gets respect for what he achieves, he may not be popular or well liked among his colleagues.
If you do really well in your career, will he become insecure?
If you do well in your career, he's unlikely to be openly proud or supportive. Instead, he may feel a bit insecure or withdrawn, as your success could make him uncomfortable, even if he doesn't show it with harsh words or fights. He won't likely fight with you, but don't expect celebration or open pride from him.
What if you start earning more than him?
If you earn more than him, he may quietly feel insecure and even resentful, though he might not say it out loud. He's very serious about his own success and takes pride in being seen as hardworking and capable. He's not likely to argue, but he may struggle to be truly happy for you.
Next, let's talk about how he is with money. Does he overspend? Is he reckless with money?
He is quite careful with money and prefers to plan and save rather than spend on impulse. You'll notice he keeps track of expenses and avoids wasting money on things he doesn't need. If you want someone who values security and is dependable with money, he fits that role.
Does he show off and pretend to be richer than he is?
He lives a life he can actually afford and doesn't pretend to be richer than he is. You won't find him showing off or trying to impress people with expensive things he can't buy. If something is too costly, he won't stretch himself just to look good in front of others.
Is he too generous, too stingy, or just right?
He's quite tight with both money and his mindset. He isn't someone who will freely give gifts, offer help, or go out of his way to make others feel special. He does not find joy in little acts of kindness and may not understand why others do.
Will he use money to try and control you?
He is more likely to be secretive and controlling about money rather than open and honest. He prefers handling finances himself and may not discuss all the details with you, sometimes keeping you out of important decisions. If you ask questions, he might give short answers or change the subject.
Let's see how this guy is with sharing housework. Will he share housework or just make you do it?
He's not likely to step forward and share housework willingly. He might assume it's mostly your job since he's very focused on his own work and routine, often missing the emotional side of things at home. He's practical but not very thoughtful about these tasks and may not understand why sharing chores matters.
Will he help you or just boss you around and tell you what to do?
He's most likely to help by supervising rather than actually doing chores and diapers himself. You may find him giving advice or pointing out what needs to be done, but not rolling up his sleeves and joining in. If he does help, it's usually just for a short time, and he'll quickly return to his own routine.
Now let's see about how this guy is during fights. In fights, does he try to understand your views or just win the fight?
He is more likely to argue to prove he's right rather than truly try to understand your side. When there's a disagreement, his focus is on showing his point of view and keeping control, not on listening or being empathetic. You may find him interrupting you or giving quick, blunt responses instead of discussing calmly.
Does he become aggressive when angry?
When he's angry, he usually stays calm and does not say hurtful things or act aggressive. He's not one to yell or pick fights. Instead, he gets quiet and might pull back from the situation. He prefers to keep his feelings inside and doesn't like showing anger openly.
Does he have a bad temper?
No, this is not the kind of man who gets angry very quickly. He's actually quite steady and doesn't react with sudden bursts of anger or rage. So, anger is not a major red flag with him.
Will he say sorry and accept his mistakes?
It's hard for him to say sorry and take responsibility when things go wrong. Instead of admitting mistakes, he's more likely to go silent or shift the blame, sometimes making you feel it's your fault. He doesn't like showing weakness or being wrong, so apologies from him are rare.
Next, let's talk about intimacy and physical chemistry. During intimacy, does he respect your boundaries? Does he get that no means no?
Yes, he is likely to respect your boundaries and understands that no means no. He may not be very emotional or openly caring, but he is direct and follows rules closely. While he may not talk much about feelings, you can trust him to follow limits and respect your choices.
If you are not in the mood for intimacy, will he react badly?
No, he's not the kind of man who takes it personally when you're not in the mood for intimacy. If you say you're not interested, he won't get upset or act hurt. He'll quietly accept your answer and keep to himself. He doesn't need constant emotional reassurance, so he won't pout or blame you for needing space.
Can you trust him not to shame you or share your private moments, maybe love letters, photos, or videos, even after a breakup or a bad fight?
Yes, you can trust him to handle private moments with care and not use them to hurt or embarrass you later. He is private by nature and keeps personal matters to himself, respecting boundaries and not sharing your secrets with others. So while he may not be emotionally warm, your privacy and respect are safe with him.
Is he loyal or is he likely to want to have affairs?
He is likely to be faithful and not easily distracted by other women. He focuses on his goals, routines, and responsibilities. So he's not the type who looks around or seeks new excitement in relationships. He prefers stability and usually stays committed to what he chooses, including his partner.
Will he be jealous, suspicious, and try to control you?
No, he is not overpossessive, jealous, or always suspicious. He tends to be more withdrawn and focused on his own work and routines, so he doesn't spend much time worrying about what you're doing or who you're with. You won't find him checking your phone, questioning your friends, or trying to control your choices.
This guy says he is protective in a good way. Is he actually just being possessive?
No, his protective nature is not a cover for being controlling. He isn't the type to guard you closely, tell you what to do, or manage your life. He may even seem distant instead of actively protective and lets you make your own choices without interfering.
Now, onto the topic of kids and how this guy will be as a father. If you guys have kids, will he make you do most of the work?
He is likely to expect you to do most of the work when it comes to parenting. He sees himself as responsible for earning and managing things outside the home, while daily care, teaching, and emotional support for the kids may fall on you. You'll probably need to ask for help or be really clear about sharing duties because he won't step in naturally or see parenting as a shared job.
Kids are very messy. Will he lose his temper with them?
When the kids mess up or get upset, he will usually stay calm rather than lose his temper. He isn't the yelling or shouting type. Instead, he deals with mistakes quietly and may even step back to think instead of reacting quickly. He handles problems with a steady and practical approach, though warmth might be missing.
If you guys have kids, will he still support your career?
He may not openly support your role as both a mother and your own person. While he won't stop you from following your dreams or making your own choices, he isn't likely to cheer you on or show much encouragement. You might feel unseen or taken for granted, especially when you try to balance work and family.
Will this man say one thing early on, maybe while dating, and then later, after kids and marriage, change his tune and try to make you give up your career?
Yes, this is a real possibility with him. He may seem fine with your career before marriage or kids, but once you have a child, his practical mindset could shift. It won't be a dramatic demand. Rather, he'll state it as what makes sense or fits into the routine.
Next, let's see how this guy treats your parents. Will he be respectful with your parents?
He is likely to just act polite on the surface with your parents rather than show real warmth. He doesn't naturally connect on an emotional level or go out of his way to make others feel loved and welcome. His behavior will be more formal and reserved, doing what is expected but nothing more. He's more likely to expect your family to change for him rather than try to adjust himself.
What if your family creates stress or interferes a bit in your lives?
If your family creates stress or interferes, he will handle it calmly but may become very distant. He won't shout or argue, but he might pull away from family gatherings or give short replies, which can make the situation feel colder or tougher. He won't actively try to fix things or build bridges, so you might find yourself doing most of the problem solving.
Then let's analyze the role this guy's family will play in your life. Is this man modern with you but a completely different person when other people, say his parents or bosses, are around?
Yes, this is possible with him. He may appear modern and relaxed with you in private, supporting your choices and letting you be yourself. He won't see this as double standards. Instead, he believes everyone should play their part for family harmony.
If there is tension between you and his parents, will he support you?
If there's tension, he's most likely to stay out of it rather than actively support you or side with his family. He avoids getting involved in emotional fights or taking clear sides, choosing silence and distance instead. This can feel lonely if you want a partner who stands by you during tough times.
Say you have a conflict with his mother, what will this guy do?
He isn't really a mummy's boy who is always ruled by his mother, but that doesn't mean he'll choose your side in a conflict either. Most likely, he'll avoid taking any side and step away from the situation. His goal is to avoid drama, not to protect one person over another.
Will he share all the private details of your relationship with his mother or sister?
No, he is not likely to share every detail of your fights or private life with his mother or sister. He keeps personal matters close and values privacy, so family members won't hear about your arguments or struggles from him. This means your relationship will be protected from gossip and outside judgment, giving you a sense of security.
Now let's zoom out and put it all together.
Based on all of this analysis, this guy gets a C plus. This guy is so, not too good, not too bad, a bit mediocre. Being in a relationship with this man day in and day out means living with someone who is hardworking, organized, and practical, but not very warm or emotionally supportive. You'll have a stable routine. He keeps things neat, pays attention to rules, and handles his responsibilities well.